Hey, this is Dana Alfirevic with Charlotte Networking Knowledge. If you really want to learn how to level up your life, you should be listening to the Time to Shine Today podcast with my good friend, Scott Ferguson. Let's level up.
Are you ready to level up? Do you wish to live a life of options and not obligations? You've come to the right place. Thank you for stopping on by to hear knowledge nuggets from Coach Fergie and his top tier guest to help you lean into your ultimate human potential. Now, let's level up with Coach Fergie.
Hey, Time to Shine Today podcast varsity squad. Welcome back to another powerful edition of Time to Shine Today podcast. I'm your host, Coach Fergie, blessed to be your gap coach, specializing in peak performance, mental conditioning, working with business leaders, entrepreneurs, entertainers, athletes, C-suite, and students to help them bridge their success gap to live a life of options and not obligations. On this platform, we're stoked to bring you high performers who are not just chasing and attaining success, but redefining it through above and beyond service. And a really quick coaching knowledge nugget this week, squad, is visibility. It's not a personality trait, it's a discipline. People think visibility belongs to the loud, the confident, the natural extroverts. That's false. Visibility belongs to the prepared. When being seen feels uncomfortable, it's not exposing a lack of confidence, it's exposing a lack of reps and standards. I have a coaching client, talented, driven, doing the work, but every networking event ended the same way. She showed up, nothing happened. The issue wasn't ability, it was discipline. No clear message, no intentional conversations, no follow-up, no hope. Once we installed some simple visibility standards, how they show up, which you're going to learn from my guest a little bit later, but how they communicate, how they follow through, results changed fast. Same person, same skill set, different outcome. High performers don't wait to feel ready. They move first and let confidence catch up. They don't negotiate with discomfort. They train through it. So stop asking if you're built for visibility. Ask if your standards support it. Visibility isn't who you are. It's it's how you practice. And squad, talk about visibility. This guest of mine, she is one of those kind of quiet ones that's loud in the room, and loud in a good way. But it's not just, and she reminds us that today's guest is someone who doesn't just talk about networking. She teaches people how to actually do it right without awkward small talk, without spray and pray business cards, and without wasting time. I'm fired up to welcome my good friend Dana Alfirevic, the founder of Charlotte Networking Knowledge. Dana is a professional networking coach who helps entrepreneurs and professionals build real relationships that turn into real opportunities, both in person and online. She's hosted and spoken at workshops, boot camps, and networking events all over Charlotte, and her superpower is teaching people how to show up with confidence, authenticity, and strategy instead of hope and hustle. She doesn't believe in working a room harder. She believes in working it smarter. She helps people stay visible online, connect intentionally, and stop leaving opportunity at the table because they don't know how to start the right conversations. If you ever walked away from a networking event thinking, I've met a lot of people, but nothing happened, then you need to hear from my awesome sauce, good friend, Dana Alfirevic. And I love that I know how to say her last name now, which is awesome sauce. But Dana, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to the Time to Shine Today podcast varsity squad. But first, what's your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is green.
Green, okay. And you got it rocking in the background. You have it on.
I do, yes.
Yeah. And I have to say a huge shout out to my really good friend, Berta Medina, our really good friend, Berta Medina, for this connection. Berta's had this she's a little bit younger, but she's like wise. And I'm like, okay, I'll take a call. And then I think our call was like an hour long, and it was scheduled for 20 minutes, and it was just awesome. I'm so blessed, squad. And I'm going to tell you right now, break out your notebooks, because the stuff she's going to drop is absolutely insane. And I also have a book giveaway at the end, so make sure you stick away for that. It'll be on Time to Shine Today's dime. Dana, before we get tactical, I want to warm this up just a little bit, right? So what's one networking moment early in your journey that made you cringe, but quietly shaped how you are today? What did you pick up there? But then how you're highly sought out now, right? But what did you see then?
So I remember when I was in commercial real estate in Chicago, and I was still in college. My major was commercial real estate. So they really emphasized going to networking events. So I remember going to this one particular event, and I was really young, probably like 20. And
Right.
it was a bunch of old men in suits. That's
Right.
just kind of, how the industry is. And I just felt so awkward.
A piece of meat, maybe, if you want to be
Yeah.
graphic. I mean, you're in squad. If you're not looking, she's stunning. Like she's attractive. So I can just imagine her.
Yeah.
Then the guy's just prowling around and stuff. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like that, but just I also felt like I didn't belong because like
Mm.
they were all these accomplished professionals
Mhm.
there and who had so much more experience than I did. And yeah, I honestly felt super awkward and didn't know what to say. And I
Right.
just, luckily, they had a presenter. You could just sit down and be quiet. But no, I just felt like awkward. And yeah, I felt like having conversations, like people were judging me too. Oh, she's ditzy.
Absolutely.
Well,
How?
I'm young. Yeah.
What takeaway did you get from that? That
So
you level up now with?
you deserve to be in the room no
Yeah.
matter what. And that
Yes.
networking, it's not about your age or experience. It's all about how you present and engage. And I did actually meet some good connections through that networking group. And
Mm.
just because you feel intimidated doesn't mean that these people are intimidated. You just
Right.
need to go ahead and break the ice and start talking to people. And
Yeah. I
it's
love
really,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. It's. I trust me. I know I'm old. I'm 53 now, and I believe the first part of your life you learn. Right. The middle part of your life you earn. And the third part, last part of your life, you return. I'm coming into that returning, like I'm giving back, giving forward, and just taking what I've learned with networking. And I've been in your shoes, in those shoes.
You
And
felt
I know how old you are because you told me
like a piece of
before.
meat.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That or like you're a different piece of meat. They're like, wow, look at her. Me, I was like,
Yeah.
who's this young kid? And I killed it with my curiosity. That's how I remember doing it is just asking them questions and just being like, oh, what this? And then after they got sick and tired of like me asking the questions, they finally just I felt not that I ever fit in, but it just felt like that. So I just turned on my curiosity. But this is about you and like what you're gonna drop. Most people say they hate networking. I say a lot of people say they hate networking, but I really think that they hate feeling fake or invisible, like they're just not even there. They just are being an imposter, right? But what are people doing wrong the moment they walk into a room that's killing their chances before they even open their mouth?
So a lot of it comes down to your mindset. If you think that you're going to have a bad time, or if you're like dreading that event, you
Yeah,
probably are some way you're going to self sabotage yourself. So I
right.
think a lot of people need to focus on going to networking events where it's a good time of the day for this sounds obvious, but like you need to find events like that match kind of your energy level. So if you're a morning person, you should go to morning or lunchtime networking events. If you're not a
Mm.
morning person like me, you need to go to more afternoon, lunchtime, or evening events because I'm
Okay.
always a little tired in the morning. And if you're exhausted, it's
Sure.
going to come across as low energy and you will always want to try to put as much effort in as possible.
Right.
And also, like, another thing to consider is traffic patterns and like your mood, because you don't want to drive an hour to attend an event and at a happy hour it's going to be
Mm.
traffic and then you're
Gotcha.
gonna be in a bad mood. If you're someone who like
Yeah.
really hates traffic, like you want to make find events close to your area
Sure.
as possible and events that kind of match your time of the day that you focus best.
I love that. I never really thought of that, but that's 100% true. Because I know I've blown off networking events because they're like, and I live in South Florida, like I live in Palm Beach, and it's down in Del Rey. Ugh. Like the traffic at that time sucks. So it's, yeah, I totally get it. You work personally, like with professionals who are talented, smart, driven, yet they still feel stuck. So, what's the hard truth that you tell people about the opportunities that aren't finding them, even though they think they're doing the right things? Like they're come to their creator moment, like what, like they think they're doing the right thing. Like, how do you handle those people?
So usually it's their networking pitch, their elevator pitch. People are too shy to say it or it's too vague, it's not clear.
Right?
And a lot of people think because at networking events, you get a lot of people who are pushy and salesy, but that's not everyone. And there's a
Nope.
lot of folks who are the opposite, too shy, not assertive enough, not selfish enough, and they won't even spotlight their
Thank you.
business or
Yeah,
talk
so
about
good.
it. You're supposed to pitch yourself at a networking event. It's literally what it's there to do. And
Right.
people like elevator pitch, it has this negative connotation. There's nothing negative about it. You're
Right.
just saying what you do. And people literally are just like, I'm a financial advisor or I'm a coach. There's a lot of those out there.
Right.
Immediately, they'll say that it's too vague, not clear.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, what do you do? What about you? You want to keep the spotlight on you for a little bit. Like, it's
Sure.
not all about them, it's
I
about
love
you
that you
as
said, what about
well.
you? That means you started with them.
Yeah, I'd say it
Got
kind of depends if
Okay.
they ask you
Okay.
first or if
Gotcha.
you ask them first. But I
Right.
think people try to like take the conversation like off their business because they're afraid to feel salesy. But you
Right.
wanna, once you deliver your elevator pitch, you wanna pause and give them some time to comment on it. And typically, if they're interested, they'll comment on it. But if you just say, what about you? They don't have time. They're thinking about what to say to you.
Sure. Yeah. I love
I'd
it. A
say,
lot of people are that. I agree. Like I used to be that way. Okay, she's going to tell me what she does. I'm going to immediately just tell her what I do, and I never walked out with business doing that. I wanted to know more. Like my superpower is curiosity. That is, and being a coach. People ask me like, like my elevator pitch is, what do you do? I help people live a life of options and not obligations. What do
that's
you mean? I
good.
help them lean into their ultimate human potential, and I'm a king and queen maker. That's what I help do. And but enough about me. So what do you do? And I use the Ford technique, FORD, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. If I know those four things, I can have a conversation for hours. And but I love that you said, do not be afraid to pitch. You hear that, squad? So many of you guys are out there sitting in a corner and not doing anything, maybe holding your drink or maybe going to the bar for a second drink to loosen up those nerves and stuff. But get out there. Don't be afraid. What are people going to say? What's the worst you heard someone say if they flubbed up their pitch? You're like, you suck. It's never happens. It's kind of, tell us about that.
So, like, sometimes I like mess up on my
I
words
do
and
too.
trip up. Yeah, I stumble or I forget.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes it happens when you're talking to people, but honestly,
Yeah.
like, you just need to own it
Yeah.
and keep talking.
Yes.
Because if you like, we all mess up,
Yeah.
and if you own it, that's natural and human. You're not perfect, but like, networking isn't perfection, your pitch isn't perfection. And I really believe
Thank you.
there's some people who are super charismatic out there, but there's misconceptions that you need to be super charismatic to be a good networker,
Yeah.
super smooth, a good talker. No, that's okay. It's okay to be a little awkward. It's okay to
Authentic.
have, yeah, it's your
Right.
authentic self. People
Right.
are attracted to that naturally. And yeah, sometimes I mess up on my words, but I keep going. And
Yeah.
people respect you if you do that. You'll build respect
100%.
that way and trust.
And how about like voice inflection and posturing? What do you find with that? Because if I was to meet you at an event, I would not be me right now. You know what I'm saying? I would be probably bring it down to your level of just being like, hey, oh, so you have this family? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So you do what for work? Oh, what do you do for fun? What do you see yourself like? And keep it going. I'd do that, but I also mirror your posture a little bit. So if you're closed off, I might close and open, which will get you to do it eventually. But what do you tell your clients?
So I think it's like you said, like mirroring their body language, but I think it's always important to make eye contact because that
Oh,
shows confidence. But
yeah.
you want to also don't want to stare at them too intensely. So you want to make sure to break it. Yeah, you don't want to be
Right.
like a weirdo.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely make sure you stand straight with your shoulders upright. I think
Yeah.
that's important. But also, I really think the most important thing for like mirroring is mirroring the conversation. So match that energy. If they're giving you one word responses and you have to carry the conversation,
Hmm.
you're asking all these open-ended questions and they're not responding back, or they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm from New Jersey." And you're like, "Oh, where in New Jersey?" I don't know, like a city in New Jersey. And you're like, you probably want to end that conversation
Okay.
because they're just not that interested in connecting with you.
Gotcha.
I think
Gotcha.
that's the most important technique to mirror someone.
Okay. I love that. I love it. Match their voice, kind of mirror them a little bit. And if it gets to the point where they're not engaging, politely move on. Okay.
Yes.
Love that. Love that. So let's talk a little bit about social media, right? And the illusion kind of gives people that they're visible, right? So in your experience, what's the dangerous lie professionals tell themselves about being active online that's actually costing them real relationships and real money? Meaning, like, you can see, I know a lot of people personally because I'm blessed to travel and meet a lot of these people, that they're nothing like they are online. Nothing at all. Like, you see me, I'm like this big guy that's going to run up and give you a hug. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm a Midwest guy from Detroit, and that's just who I am. But in online, that's what there's other people that put out these things. So what do you think that it's costing people that are not being authentic in their online networking?
So I'd say I feel like it could cost them potential clients because
Okay.
everyone is, yeah, no one's really like standing out. We all want to brag online. You're only talking about the good stuff. No one ever talks
Right.
about the bad stuff.
Right.
And yeah, maybe if you talk about a negative thing, like you'll get people to reach out to you, and not like an attention seeking way, but just be dramatic. So, like, for an example, like I was in a car crash in October and I was like
What?
mentioning that, yeah, and then
Okay.
not a bad one though, but
Okay.
it was
Right.
still like unsettling. And then I went to this networking event and
Uh-huh.
then I was like crying, not at the event, but I was
Right.
crying before, I was like crying after. It was just like a rough day. And I made a post about that. But like the networking event really changed my attitude. It did me more.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I think doing a post like that every so often is good because you
Yeah.
show vulnerability. And I
Sure.
think even men should do that because it does attract you. It can attract potential clients. I know a
Mm.
lot of men are afraid to be vulnerable, but
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something that makes you more relatable.
Sure.
And I've shared my struggles with networking, having social anxiety, and because I think it's important, yeah, like you want people to relate to you
Right.
online, especially getting leads like from online. If you think, oh yeah, I just got another speaking engagement, I made X amount of money, sold my company for X, got married, had 5 kids. It's like LinkedIn can honestly be toxic as
Mhm.
well. We all know social media, but I think LinkedIn can be toxic as well.
Oh,
So I think
100%.
it's
Yeah.
important to not like exaggerate about your
Thank you.
business and also,
Authentic, man. Be truthful.
yeah,
And I love that you're telling or you're advising people not to stray too far away from the pain points in their life because that makes them human, right? So, like, people are like, "Oh, Fergie's always the glass is half full." I'm like, "No, I'm the one pouring the pitcher of water." You know what I'm saying? I get to decide that every day.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they're always like, "Dude, you're always so positive." And then the other day, my jujitsu training partner got killed last Friday, and I actually put it out there, but it was because I was actually feeling that way, right? I was sad and there's a void in my life. Like, me and him roll around sweaty 5 mornings a week on the mats. It sucks, right? But I put it out there, and that was like, because if I put out pain points to help client prospects out there, but I do live like fun. It's
Yeah.
when people meet me, they're like, Fergie is the Fergie that you see. That's just who I am. It's like, I'm sometimes too fun for people and too much, which is fine. But I love that you said be authentic. You can't ask for more than that, right? Put it out there. And, like, how about the braggers though? What is your thought of being a professional networker, someone that coaches networking, about the people that are out there bragging? And again, I'm not asking you to be judgmental, but I'm asking what it does to their networking kind of caliber of the person.
Yeah, so I think if you're always like bragging about what you do, like people might think, oh, has a big ego. They might think, oh, you're too busy. I don't need you to
Right.
refer you clients because you're already so successful.
Right.
Want to
Yes.
collaborate with you because you're already doing all this. I think
Right.
yeah, and there's a way to I think it's important to you should brag about yourself on social media,
Sure.
like share accomplishments, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be all that. You should offer value and advice. And if it's every day, oh, I made X amount, I just sold
Right.
the
Right.
company. Come or like
Right.
those humble brags, you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sure.
100%.
Like, you don't need to post about how much money you're making,
No.
in my opinion, because you can't prove that. But if
Yeah.
you had a good accomplishment, I think
Right.
you should share it because you want your network to be supportive. But like when you talk about money or anything, I think it
Yeah.
kind of,
Cringy, right?
yeah, and it kind of triggers people to compare them to you. And you could even make like people in your network feel bad or even like
Yes.
maybe
Yeah.
not follow you. You're like, I'm struggling. I don't want to hear about all your successes. Dang, I have to unfollow you. Bye.
My big thing is I'm not, believe it or not, I'm on stage a lot and stuff like that, but I am crazy uncomfortable in the spotlight. People are like, "You're what?" And I'm like, I would rather put the shine on Dana than myself. Even when if I helped a real estate client close on a property, it's just like, "Hey, Andrew, it's all about you. You have your new house and all this stuff. Thank you for trusting me." It's like, I'm told, dude, get out there and push yourself a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like level into Fergie. And which I'm getting a little bit better at, right? But I still have some work to do about like talking about myself and being proud of myself. Because again, it goes back to my past of imposter syndrome and stuff like that. So let's get to imposter syndrome. What is your thoughts about imposter syndrome when it comes to networking?
I'd say like over 70% of people have imposter syndrome, even CEOs. So it's not a matter of your success,
Mm.
like financially, it's a matter of your mindset, imposter syndrome.
Yes. Keep going. I'm going to hear this.
Yeah. So a lot of people struggle with it. And I struggled it with myself for a while. Like when I started doing my coaching, I was like, I'm too young. No one's going to want to learn from me.
Yeah.
But we all suffer from it. But by putting myself out there, I got clients and I do speaking engagements and I started doing them like about a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
And
you're
I was
good
like,
too. Yeah.
thank you. I was so nervous. I was like, I think I made it $25 and I think three people paid to come hear me speak on
Mhm.
modern networking strategies. And then I had to invite a few friends like, hey, can you come for free?
Right,
But
right.
I
Yeah.
was so nervous. I was like having a drink helped me with my nerves an event. But
Yeah.
but like people paid to hear me speak.
Sure.
And what I realized is that you think like you need to be an expert to be able to like educate people on a certain topic or be able to speak about it. But expert is subjective.
Mm.
Everything is subjective. So you don't need to be like super successful to start hosting workshops. You just need to know a little bit about a topic. And yeah, I thought like people older than me, they know more about networking than I do. But
Mm.
yeah, like older people, there's one guy who was like 60. He paid $25 to
Nice.
hear me speak.
That's
And there's
awesome.
another guy, I think he was like 19, and then I think another woman. But it doesn't matter what you think because if you're putting yourself out there, especially as an expert in like a subject matter expert on X topic, if you speak about it, people will automatically assume you're confident and they'll
Right.
assume you're the expert. So
Sure.
I really recommend people put themselves out there and do their own speaking engagements and
Sure.
host their own events and be on a podcast because
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter like really, what I think.
Right.
'Cause, yeah, sometimes I still have imposter syndrome, but like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I'm putting myself out there and these negative thoughts, they're not making me money.
Thank you. Yeah.
These
Yeah.
negative, like people might judge me. I know like I'm young, my voice is high, like
Yeah.
but I'm from Cali, so I have the filler words. I don't believe like
I
you need to
love
be
it.
perfect
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
put myself out there anyway.
Yeah.
And
And so many people I know, they'll like with the imposter syndrome, I struggle with it. Right. And I'm like this weekend, and I'm speaking in front of there's 1650 or something like that, the
Wow.
1650 people, right? And like I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, what am I doing? And this will be probably my 600th speech or something. I know I have like a milestone one coming up. And like I'm like, what am I doing? And so what I like do is my coach really leaned into me on this. Is this, she's, hey, like you're attaching your competence to your capabilities, right? And with that will come imposter syndrome because there's other people out there that might be a better speaker than you. You've seen them speak, or there might be other people out there that make more money than you, right? What do you can you tell them? And then she'll ask me, she'll be like, what are you going on that stage to do? And I'll be like, I want one person in that audience, just one, to walk away a better person from what I'm about to pour into them. And she's attached that intention to the confidence. Because so many people attach those capabilities to the confidence. When they, if they, you attach the intention to the confidence, the imposter syndrome goes away. That's one thing I've learned. And it's like when I'm networking, when I go networking, I've never been, we might differ a little bit on this, but I've never been one to go get business. I've been one to see how I can help them grow their business, and I'll get mine. It's just that's how I am. I understand that there's different types, and I love your approach. But with me, it's just kind of like my biggest, how should I say this? My biggest compliment at networking event is if I was talking to you, me to turn around, walk away, and you go, what the heck does that guy do? Because I'm so into you. I've gotten your business card. I go out to my car. There's thank you notes. Dana, awesome to do. I'd love to meet like for a one-on-one coffee to talk about your company. And I mail that out. Next thing you know, they're calling me. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, what do you do? So I love it that there's different ways, but I love the most what you say about being authentic and being real and not being fake. Do you see a lot of people coming to you that are fake?
Not my clients.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like being real with you. But yeah, people at networking events, they can be fake and
I got this. I
like,
do. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, and I see like people can be very like pushy or like a card shark when you're just like trying to shove your card down
Yeah.
their throat. You don't want to give them your card unless they ask for it, or
Right.
because it
Right.
can be interpreted as salesy. But
Thank you. Thank you. You hear that, squad?
yeah,
Don't go spray and pray. Don't just go
yeah,
throw your business cards out there. That's what she just said. Have them actually ask it for you. And the way you're going to have that is be genuinely interested in that person. Because if you show interest in, if I show interest in you, you'd probably be like, hey, you know what? Who are you? Do you have a card? You know what I'm saying? It can be
yeah.
like that. So I love that. I love that. Tell me about a client that you've worked with that absolutely is killing it now, a coaching client that is absolutely killing it now after working with you.
So one of my first clients, he was looking for a job
Mhm.
and he had a lot of social anxiety. And this is very common because everyone is in different levels, but
Right.
he was afraid to, send an email after meeting someone because he was like afraid of how they would interpret it or what they would think. And he was afraid to talk to people at events. And now he's consistently sending emails. And I
Mhm.
would like proofread the email at first to make sure it was okay, but now he can just does it on his own. A lot of
Nice.
people don't follow up because they're afraid of getting rejected or
Okay.
what the other person will think about. But
Okay.
and that was him as well. So now he does that without, yeah, even though he's still social anxiety, it's still there, but he feels comfortable making progress towards his goals, getting meetings and
Yeah.
having those one-on-ones with folks. And he's the most important thing, he is the one taking action and initiating the follow-ups. You can't
Love
wait
that.
for the other person to come to you, especially at
Yes.
any type of business owner.
Right.
Sometimes they will, but never expect it. You got to be the one following up. Now he
Yeah.
takes action to,
Love
because
that.
most people don't follow up and they're cheap. They say, "Oh yeah, let's keep in touch. Let's have a meeting, follow up with you." They never do. You got to
Yeah.
be,
Diligent.
yeah, and you got to
Yeah.
have integrity. I think
Yeah.
that's very important in
Yeah.
network, like being true to your word. If you say
Right.
you'll follow up with someone,
Right.
follow up. If you agree to a call at 1 pick up the phone at 1. It's
Right.
that simple.
And what do you think about making sure if you're going to like really connect with someone, having something of value for them? Meaning, if I was to meet you and I gave you my Ford technique, like I found out about your family, occupation, your recreation, and dreams, and I'm working my mental Rolodex, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy Donnie, he's perfect for Dana. Like this, like having something of value before the actual one-to-one meeting happens, right? It's just like if I come to you with value and I give you basically a prospect, a hot one, not a client, it's your job to turn him into a client, right?
Yeah.
But give you a prospect, how eager would you be to try to find me a coaching client?
Yeah, I think that's tough because I think like referrals come over time once you like trust someone. And
Okay.
essentially, if I refer you a client of mine, like I need to know how you perform your work. So I think it is good to like offer value, especially immediately in the beginning. But yeah, I don't think people will like necessarily refer you right away. I think it will take time, but I think yeah, it's definitely important to provide value to your connections, and you can
Yeah.
do that through a bunch of different ways. But
And
I
I feel
think
the experience brings more of that to the table. And what I
yeah,
mean by this is, dude, if I'm going to refer you something, it's because I've worked my whole life giving, right? I
yeah,
don't take. Like when I show up at an event, if I walk out there with nothing, I'm good because I know I gave enough. Know that my God and my universe is going to supply me, right? Now, that doesn't mean I don't follow up, follow through, follow back. And eventually a bit, but like over the years, when I was young, there's no way I could refer you anybody because I don't know enough people. But I built myself into a networking machine to where I'm like, oh, dude, I have people for her. Like I know, and I find out. That's where Berta Medina, who's even a bigger machine than I am, she put us together. And you live in there, and I live here, and it's crazy. I think that it would come with experience. So I agree. I agree with what you said. Be like, dude, you can't just give somebody if you don't build up the reputation. But I think that with the experience, eventually, being an old man that's been networking for 30 plus years,
yeah.
awesome. So how does Dana want her dash remembered? That little line in between your expiration date, your incarnation date, and your expiration date, your life date and death date. Hopefully, it's way down the line on your tombstone. How does Dana want her dash remembered?
I'd say a connector because I really do enjoy connecting people. I'm like a networking matchmaker. I really do. Yeah, I love trying to put pieces together like
Yeah,
in puzzle. X does X. You're looking for a job. Have you met the woman who you know is a recruiter? I just love, yeah, connecting people, and I'm
love that. And that will
passionate.
get you so far. And like the more you go and become that, it's like you're going to know everybody everywhere. Oh, you're looking for a plumber? I got 9 of them. Oh, you're looking for a dentist? I know 3 of them. It's like that's the best feeling in the world is someone comes to you and you're a one-stop shop. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to brag on myself now because I'm one of the people in Palm Beach who'll be a call Fergie. He'll know somebody. And I pride myself on that. You can ask Berta. In Palm Beach, they're like, oh, yeah, Fergie will know him. Just give Fergie a call. And then I'll be like, oh, dude, I got the person for you. Yeah, I got you right here. Because I've taken the time to get to know the person, the plumber or whoever, and maybe they did work on my house, right? Or I know people that they did, and I vetted them out, so I have no problem doing that. Or if you're looking for a caterer or something like that, I just made it like you're just like you're me years ago. Like you are on the up. It's just you the more all this giving that you're doing and connecting people is what I mean. Dude, you're gonna be the ultimate. You already are, but you're gonna be like a monster. And that's what
Can't wait. Yeah.
dude, it's I know, but you're doing it. And that's the thing, squad, is she's out there doing it. She's out there taking action. And a lot of people just don't.
Even if
So
I'm
yeah.
scared, like,
Yes.
am
Do you
feeling
know
sad,
you know what Berta's
I
tagline
still
is?
show up.
I'm
What
sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say?
I still show up even when I'm sad
Heck
or
yeah.
tired or just, yeah, not mentally there when
Yeah.
I'm feeling having imposter syndrome. It's about like consistency and,
Yeah. You know what
putting
Berta's
yourself out there
tagline
no
is?
matter what. What is it?
Do it scared.
I love
That's all it is, dude. I'm like, I asked her, like, leave us with one last knowledge nugget people can take with them, internalize, and take action on, right? And I'm going to ask you this. She's do it scared. I was like, there's no other words needed. Anything you want to do is on the other side of fear. Anything is, right? So I love that you guys are like the same people too. This is awesome. Time to Shine Today podcast Varsity Squad. We are back. And Dana, we're going to meet someday because I know you and your man come down here to South Florida and I love the Carolinas. So we'll definitely connect.
Sure.
And we'll talk about some of these questions, maybe in 15, 20 minutes per. But today, you've got 5 seconds with no explanations. And I promise you, they can be answered that way. Okay? You ready to level up? Let's
Yes.
go. All right. Dana, what's the best leveling up advice you've ever received?
Keep going no matter what.
Yes. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
Turning my phone off and putting it in my car.
Well, baller. That's awesome. So you might see me at a networking event, or maybe you just see me out in public. Man, Fergie looks like he's in his doldrums, like not feeling it. Is there any book you read that really, I'm not going to say made you happy, but made you think deep about you really got it good?
I really like Psycho-Cybernetics.
Yes. Maxwell Maltz. Yeah, that's my girl. I love that. Perfect. Your most commonly used emoji when you text? Smiley. Nicknames growing up?
Miss D or the Big D.
Love it. Love it. Any hidden talents or superpowers that nobody knows about until now?
I think I'm really funny and I could be a stand-up comedian maybe.
You
but
actually could. You
yeah, I'm
actually
pretty
could.
funny.
Love it. Yeah.
I have a
Chess
dry sense of humor.
Me too. That's why I'm getting it from
Yeah.
you. Chess checkers or Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Love it. A headline for your life?
The Connector.
Yes. Perfect. Go-to ice cream flavor?
I'd say Moose Tracks with brownies mixed
There you
in.
go. Legit. Love it. There's a sandwich called Miss D Big D. Build that sandwich for me. What are we eating?
Like actual food?
Yeah, sandwich. Build us a sandwich. Going to lunch.
I'd say a pretzel bun
Okay.
and turkey,
All right.
cheese,
All right.
mustard, avocado with
Ooh.
make it toast so it's nice and melty.
Without a doubt. That's good. That's some good stuff. It's lunchtime too. Favorite charity and or organization you like to give your time and or money to?
I like animal shelters. I'm
Ooh.
I'm a big animal lover
Me,
myself.
me too. I love it. I love it. I donate to 2 of them, Big Dog and Peggy Adams, both of them. And last question, and you can elaborate a little bit on this one, but what's the best decade in music? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s?
2000s.
Early 2000s. Who's your go-to? If you're alone, right? You want to put on a jam, who's your go-to?
I like Britney Spears.
Okay, right on, man. I like Britney Spears. Are you kidding me? She was legendary.
Yeah, definitely.
Legendary. So, my friend, how can we find you?
So you can add me on LinkedIn, Dana Alfirevic, Alfirevic.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you.
Perfect. You can also find me on Instagram,
Got
which
a
is
couple of them, right?
Charlotte Network. Oh yeah, Network with Dana.
Yeah. And then
And
also
then
Charlotte Networking Knowledge.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then Facebook, Charlotte Networking Knowledge as
There she
well.
is. Love it. Okay.
And then I have my website, networkingknowledgeandgrowth.com.
Yep. Right here, squad. It's right here. If you're watching on Vimeo or YouTube, it's on your screen. If not, then all of these are in the show notes. So make sure you go in there, follow, subscribe, all that jazz for my good friend Dana. But here's the good stuff. Let's talk about your books. The Modern Networking Strategies to Engage, Connect, and Maintain Professional Relationships in 2025 and beyond, and also how to network effectively to those scared to put themselves out there. So tell us a little bit about these books. It sounds kind of there might be a trilogy, a third one coming.
Not anytime
Not yet, huh? Oh, man.
though. But how to network effectively for those afraid to put themselves out there.
Right.
That's the first book. You want to start there.
Perfect.
And it's great for people who are, new to networking and just kind of struggling with that confidence aspect. We share proven strategies in that book.
Okay. And then the next one, it would be the Modern Network Strategies to Engage, Connect, and Maintain Professional Relationships.
Yes, and this is more techniques on advanced techniques on your elevator pitch and how to follow up staying active online as well as in person, because it's really important to connect with folks online as well as in person, so you'll
Love
stay
that.
relevant and top of mind.
Perfect. And you can pick those up on Amazon Squad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 3-book giveaway, actually a 3-pair book giveaway. So the first 3 people that put the big D in any of my networking or any of my social. Also, you can email it at SF as in Scott Ferguson at timetoshinetoday.com, the big D, or text it 561-440-3830, the big D, or Pinterest. I don't care if it's Pinterest, Instagram, whatever, wherever you see this posted. The first 3 people, I'm going to buy both books for you, okay, and get them mailed out to you. And that way you guys can enjoy a professional that I immensely respect in the networking game. And Dana, I know I kept you a little long, so thank you for staying around, but can you leave us with one last knowledge nugget we can take with us, internalize, and take action on?
I would say consider hosting your own networking events or speaking engagements,
That's
even
awesome.
if you're not a professional speaker or public speaker.
I love that. And it makes you the man or the woman. It makes you the go-to. They're thinking, oh man, she
Yeah.
hosted this. She has it. So, squad, I got chock full of knowledge nuggets. You deserve to be in the room no matter what. Remember, that's something that Dana had said. It's all about how you present and how you engage. Find events that match your energy. If you're a morning person, go to the morning ones. If you're an evening person, go to the afternoon, maybe lunch and evening. Pay attention also to exterior resources and sources like traffic or weather and stuff like that to make sure that, hey, you're going to make it on time, show up, professional looking, ready to rock. But if you're after your pitch, when you talk to somebody, make sure that you give them time to comment on what you said. Don't just rush back into stuff. Tremendous eye contact is paramount. It's huge. Be an expert in your vocation. Be ready to answer the questions that might come to you. And lastly, I love this nugget. Host your own event. Put something together, even if it's 3, 4, 5 people. Get together, share, and see how you can help each other. And that's what my good friend Dana does. She levels up her health. She levels up her wealth. She's earned a Varsity Squad letter here at Time to Shine today. Thank you so much for coming in, Dana. Absolutely love your guts. Have a great day. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine today, proudly brought to you by Inlet Properties and Investments. If you are a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on the Time to Shine Today podcast, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also, there you will see our recommended resources. We hope you will help support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have been listening to, it'd be great if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's your time to shine.